Away. Welcome to the Wahzhazhe Puppet Theater. We are a community-based organization based out of the Osage Nation reservation. We premiered this show at the Osage Nation sesquicentennial celebration 1 year ago. Since then, we've performed it at Sugarloaf Mound in Missouri, which is a mound that we reclaimed from our ancestral homelands. And now we've come home to Tulsa to perform it for you. Our students are from the immersion school in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. The POSCA is our immersion school program. And we worked with them to develop this performance piece that tells the story of our creation. Our puppets were designed by Christopher Leonard Gardella, who is a master puppeteer. His work is seen all over the world. It's produced by Welena Kutan and staged by Russ Tallchief. The puppets are made from recycled material, repurposed, upcycled material. The set as well. The cast is made up of community members, Osage people, who've come to volunteer to help tell our story and share our creation story with you. We're honored for you to join us today. We're honored for you to be with us. And we look forward to sharing our story with you. So without further ado, Wahzhazhe Puppet Theater, Sky Eco, played by Crystal Standing Bear, tells stories from way back.
Or Sky Grandma. My time on Earth has come to an end, and I'm making my journey back home to our ancestors. During my life on Earth, in the place between the lower and upper worlds, I told many stories passed down to me from my parents and grandparents. Now, I want to tell you one more story before I go into the upper world. So, I tell you this story of way back, the story of where our Wahzhazhe people came from. We begin with the creation story. Each clan has its own version of the creation story, and I'm allowed to tell you the story from my clan, the Puma clan. Wakanda created us, our Wahzhazhe people, first as spirit beings who traveled from the stars. In our humility, we called ourselves the little ones. The little ones decided they wanted to come to Earth to fulfill their destiny, to become a people. With Wakanda's guidance, they searched the heavenly bodies for help and asked 4 great celestial beings for help. The little ones found Wahzhazhe, grandfather's son. They asked him to help them descend to Earth. The son replied, "Make me of your body when you become a person, and I will provide a path for you to follow in all 4 stages of your life, so you may reach old age." So the little ones thanked Wahzhazhe for his blessing, and then continued their journey to Grandmother Moon. The little ones found Iko Miompa, Grandmother Moon. They asked her to help them descend to Earth. The moon replied, "When you go below to Earth and become a people, I shall help you reach old age." So the little ones thanked Iko Miompa for her blessing, and then continued their journey to the stars. The little ones traveled on to find Grandfather Morning Star and Grandmother Evening Star. Again, they asked for help to descend to Earth. The stars replied, "When you go below to Earth and become a people, take us as your body. Make us your life symbols, and we shall help you reach old age." The little ones thanked the stars for their blessing and continued their journey. The little ones found Hongpa Ahuantong, the immature golden eagle. Again, they asked for help to descend to Earth. Hongpa Ahuantong replied, "I will make a way and lead you below to become a people." They stretched out their wings, which were wider than the Milky Way. Hongpa Ahuantong soared downward 4 times, leading the little ones through the 4 divisions of heavenly bodies. The little ones stretched out their arms like eagle's wings and floated down from the stars. As they descended together in 3 groups, their spiritual bodies transformed into human bodies along the way. The little ones landed on top of 7 red oak trees, shaking acorns off upon landing. They saw the earth was mostly covered in water. Knowing they couldn't exist on this water in human bodies, they asked Radiant Star, "Please help us find land." Radiant Star replied, "Okpan Tongfa, the great elk. He will help you find land." The great elk then said, "I will throw myself down onto the waters 4 times." The elk threw himself down the first time and made a huge splash. On the second time, the water started to disappear. The elk threw himself down for the 3rd time, and the water started to lower as signs of land began to show. And finally, the elk threw himself down for the 4th time and made the land appear. Plants and grasses grew from the elk's hair left on the ground, which provided sustenance for the little ones in their new bodies. His body became the earth's hills, mountaintops, rivers, streams, ridges, valleys, and cracks of the landscape. The great elk's body provided the land where all animals could live together in abundance and provide the little ones with the tools and food to live on earth. The great elk bugled loudly over the lands of the earth in all four winds, starting with the east. The great elk and the four winds breathed life onto earth, which is why we call him Manjal, Guthrie, Earthmaker. The little ones wandered the earth in three groups for a long time, looking for the original people of the earth. In their wanderings, they learned to survive and found the sun's path and followed it as they were told. One day, they found a river. In the middle of this wide river, they met a water spirit. This gentle spirit said, "I can give you the knowledge of the water, with all its uses and forces to help you reach old age. I will also gift this first group of little ones their name, Wahzhazhe, which is my name. From now on, you will be known as the water people, Wahzhazhe." Then the water spirit turned to the second group. "I will name you Zijo, people of the sky," she said. Then she turned to the third group. "I will name you Honka, people of the land." Each of you now represents the three elements of the universe: water, sky, and earth. With their new names, the little ones thanked the water spirit for their blessing and continued their journey across the land. By Wakanda's guidance, they found the original people of Earth, who they call Honka Atondatsi. However, the isolated Earth people were living in Ganida, a chaotic and confusing force that the little ones had never encountered before. The isolated Earth people were powerless over Ganida. The little ones could see the order of the cosmos on Earth where the isolated people could not. So the little ones invited the isolated Earth people to follow the paths of the sun's journey as they were instructed by Wakanda. Together, they would create structure and balance on Earth. The isolated Earth people became part of the Honka people. The Wahzhazhe, the Zijo, and the Honka embraced the isolated Earth people to become one people, the Neonkanska, children of the Middle Waters. Together, they formed families which led to large clans and vast villages, where they grew gardens full of squash, beans, and corn. They organized their villages from all they had learned on their spiritual and earthly journeys. The villages reflected the order of the cosmos. In the middle of the village, there was a path from east to west, to remind them of the sun's journey. The Sky Chief and the Tsijo were on the north side, while the Earth Chief and the Hunka were on the south. We lived in both the woodland areas and the Great Plains, where we followed the life-giving buffalo. Their herds numbered in the millions as they thundered across the plains. The buffalo gave of themselves selflessly, teaching us how to use every part of their bodies for our own nourishment and protection. We honored them as clan symbols because they honored us with their lives. The ancients built the mounds in Cahokia, where we found ourselves in the largest city on the continent at the time. The Wahzhazhe followed the waterways, what is now Missouri, where our ancient ancestors left drawings and carvings in the rocks to share their knowledge with future generations. They gave us a grounding for our traditional ways. One of our homes in Missouri was called the Place of Many Swans. The Place of Many Swans, which provided natural elements for our liveways. We acquired many of the life symbols for our clans at the Place of Many Swans. And we ate the root of the water's lily that grew in its marshes. It was a delicacy. For over 1,000 years, we were protectors of this sacred place, and the land sustained us. But when the Ishtahe, the white man, wanted the Place of Many Swans and all of our lands in Missouri for themselves, we had to leave our home of so many generations. We moved to what is now Kansas, near our relatives, the Wahzhazhe. It was a time of great change for our people. We were coming from a world where we lived in order and harmony with Mother Nature, into an unbalanced world of sickness, death, and war. We lived in Kansas for only a short time. In search for a better life, we looked to the south. Our leaders asked a great warrior named Wahzhazhe to scout out a new home for us in Indian Territory. But Wahzhazhe was concerned that the Ishtahe would kill him if they saw him. So Wahzhazhe said, "I will turn myself into a shankeda, a wolf, so that they will not notice me." Wahzhazhe then turned himself into a shankeda. He ran fast and free throughout the forests, hills, and plains of northern Indian Territory, scouting out the lands of our new home and undetected by the Ishtahe. But it wasn't his first time on that land. He had been hunting there before. Our Wahzhazhe people had been hunting in that territory for hundreds of years, so he was familiar with the area. When he returned to our leaders, he described pools of bubbling black liquid coming out of the ground like water, nisape. Wahzhazhe said that this black water will be beneficial to our people in the future, and recommended the leaders purchase the land. It was around 150 years ago when we made our final move to our home in what became Oklahoma, where our people live now. Our history may seem long, but within the context of the planet's history, we are both infinite and finite. Our origin derives from a place above the physical world, descending down into spirit, being granted a soul to descend to earth into a living form, and landing on earth, where we make our home today. The Milky Way is the spirit path that leads us back to the spirit realm, where we return to our ancestors. Our time on earth, in the place between the worlds, is short. In Oklahoma, we found balance again in the Native American church. It teaches us faith, hope, and charity for our people. There is a symbolic road there called the Wahzhazhe, which leads to a spiritual place where we can feel closer to Wakanda's embrace, though we know it never leaves us. There, we can feel closer to our ancestors, though we know they are with us in every second of every day. There, we can feel closer to our spiritual nature, though we know that we are spiritual beings in essence. We are reminded of this road each day when we see Wahzhazhe's path across the sky, from east to west. And when Iko Mionpa, Grandmother Moon, comes out at night, we can look up at the stars that surround her and remember where we came from. These stories of way back carry us home to our ancestors. I share them with you, so you may remember where the Wahzhazhe came from. Our long journey to Earth, our short journey on Earth, and how it was way back, and how it is today.
We want to thank you all for joining us on our journey to the stars and beyond and back to Earth once again. We wish for blessings upon you from Wakanda. Safe journeys to wherever you come from. We bid you safe journeys and farewell. Way we know.